Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard the USS Wolf Nation. My name is Captain Mero von Wolfenstein. It's Friday night, folks, and you know what that means. Realmhattan Project is back. We apologize for last week. You know, shit happens, but we're here now. We got one missing tonight. Mr. EE Prime is on assignment, taking care of a sick goblin, although I think he's just avoiding us because he doesn't want to get shit for not walking across the street to visit his friends last weekend. But that's all right. The other three guys are here. We got the first officer of the USS Wolfenstein. We have Mr. Derek Bigsby, a.k.a. I Can't Stop Winning Raffles or Staying Out of Facebook Jail. We also have Mr. Ricky Ticky Timber.
What up, y'all?
And the Dinosaur King, Mr. Gort. Fellas, good to see you. What's going on?
Good to see you too, buddy. How you doing, Cap?
We're doing all right. Good to see everyone.
Right.
Mr. Esteban, good to see you.
Let's see those hashtags. Hashtag Wolf Nation. Let's see them.
It's not a cult. It's a movement. It's a life experience.
Yes. Yeah. Damn
It's
right.
a cult. It's a cult. That's why I drink whiskey and not Kool-Aid.
All right, so let's just take a minute. It's been a couple weeks. I'm sure we got some stories. Let's see how everyone's doing. Let's start with Ricky. Ricky, how's your couple weeks been, buddy?
Pretty good, man. Baseball, like crazy. Y'all know how that is. Working baseball. It's baseball season again. We started up travel ball last weekend in Orlando, and then we had our first 2 games of rec ball this week. They lost one and tied one. It's weird how that worked because the one we lost against was a team that on paper should not be beating anybody, and the team that we tied with is the second best in the league on paper. So I don't know. I just put it down to jitters being the first game of the season. We get to play them again a couple more times, so we'll see how that plays out. Boys are doing good. Isaac is kind of like on a little injury spell right now. He whipped his arm and he threw sidearmed and like pulled like this muscle here, and it's been like 3 weeks now, and it twinges him every once in a while. So I told him he might have to not catch for a week or two and let his arm heal up. He's fighting me on it because I guess he thinks I don't want him to play baseball and enjoy himself. I just don't want him to ruin himself.
Right.
So we'll see how. Yeah, so we'll see how that works. So
You want him to retire at 11 years old.
That's what I told him. I said something about it again tonight because we have practice for travel ball tomorrow and then 2 tournaments on Sunday. And I told him, I was like, I'm going to tell the other coaches, I need you to play a different position. You need to play something else where you don't have to use your arm as hard. And he I was like, you know what? I ain't going to fight against you. Go ahead and do whatever you want to, because when you blow your arm out, that just means I don't have to spend thousands of dollars and drive over this state no more. So it'll be okay. So you do however you want to. So that's what I'm dealing with, a little 12-year-old trying to fight back and argue with me about his arm injury. Other than that, I'm doing great, man. I'm here with you guys. I wasn't cool enough to come hang out with you guys, so I didn't get that fun. So
You have an excuse.
My batteries are on negative numbers right now.
Man,
it's fun to watch everybody get that recharge and enjoy their time.
Indeed, man.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and pass it off to somebody else so we can talk about fun stuff now.
Gord, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Let's see, we had NJCC this past weekend. It was an excellent show. I dumped a lot of stuff. I brought 5 very large boxes. I went home with 2, and one of them was about empty anyway. It was more like I put my other boxes into there and packagings and stuff. So I did very well. Probably not as well as some people definitely did. Looking at you.
We'll get there in a
And
minute.
but yeah, no, it was fantastic to see everybody. We had a couple people from the realm make what I would call a long distance drive to come up and hang out with us, and that was wonderful. Yeah, truly, honestly, like that was like one of the better shows that we've had in a long while there. I feel like a lot of good foot traffic. There were some good raffles.
Derek won them all.
You want to tell us about how you've been doing?
How I've been doing?
How you doing,
what?
buddy? Tell us some stories.
Oh my goodness, yo! First of all, I want everybody to picture this. I want you to remember back in the day when you had your Walkman and it ran out of the batteries ran dead, your rechargeable batteries ran dead, or your regular batteries ran dead, and you decided that you wanted to go to rechargeable batteries, but you had to get the charging chamber and all of that. You had to buy the actual batteries and everything. That's what NJCC was. It was like getting back in that battery chamber and getting that full recharge, man. I'm telling you. When I tell you NJCC was an incredible weekend, it was truly an incredible weekend. I mean, it goes to our moniker. Toys is what get us here. It's what we put into it that makes it all worthwhile and makes it just absolutely wonderful. I mean, I wish a lot more people was there, but man, what we had there was total chemistry. I mean, everywhere you looked around the Rock Island, it was just something amazing going on at all times. You know what I mean? And with Wolfie as our gatekeeper, it was even more incredible. So, yeah, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about because it's like every time you wanted to get out to Rock Island, you had to get past Wolfie.
Yeah. We were always shuffling.
I got lucky several times that day.
I know, right? Look, Wolfie, you got all the love that day. I'm just saying,
Gross.
Oh man!
Don't hate. You'll get yours soon enough.
Oh, don't you threaten me with a good time.
I know, right? But nah, I'm telling you, it was just an incredible weekend, and I can't wait. I know we're going to talk about it a little bit more as we go through the show, but I wanted to just say thank you to everyone that came out. Wolfie, Gord. I mean, what can I say? Always a pleasure to be around the both of you. Any chance I get to be around my castmates, it's just an incredible time. Ricky, you were there in spirit, man. I don't even think that you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
You would have if you could have.
Yeah.
Unlike some people who live across the street from the venue and they don't want to come see us.
Yeah.
They shall remain nameless.
EE.
Right. Yeah, we're not gonna talk.
I said it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm telling you, man, it was just an incredible weekend. Thanks to everybody that came through, and everyone that visited the Rock Island. Hey, man, thanks for coming through and and buying our shit. Yeah, it was an incredible weekend. I mean, everybody did good at their spots. I mean, it was just good all around, man. And the new people that we met who are probably watching the show now. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for showing interest in our group. Welcome, and I hope if you're watching, please participate in the chat squad. Introduce yourself, or make yourself known, and just come on and enjoy this ride.
We're all a lot nicer than Wolfie. Don't hold us to that standard.
So enjoy the show, and in addition to new faces, we saw old faces as well.
Yeah.
J. Ruse came through, and that was actually my first time meeting
Sad
J.
I
Ruse.
missed that because he came in on Sunday
Yeah.
and we went home.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking he was there Saturday. You know, but yeah, he came through Sunday. That's right. Y'all had to leave early. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm telling you. But like I said, man, it was just an incredible weekend, and I'm glad that I got to recharge my batteries with y'all. You know, because there was a lot going on that weekend, but hey, it was just an incredible weekend. I can't thank y'all enough for helping me recharge my batteries. You know. All right.
Oh, look, we're getting Paul's cherry, man. This is his first RHP where he's in the chat squad, man.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Good seeing you. Good seeing you last weekend, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Good seeing you.
You're welcome, Paul. We'll be gentle.
Yeah. And yo, Esteban, yeah, you can do it if you put your back into it.
All right. So Wolfie, tell us about the couple weeks, man.
Anyway, and that's the perfect segue to Wolfie. Wolfie, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm gonna just
adjusting himself.
I'm gonna pile on the NJC's love here for a minute. I don't know if I've said it before. NJCC was my first Realm get together way back in 2019. Derek, you were not at that one, unfortunately. Gord, I know you were.
Yep.
You were there. EE was there.
But most he's not here.
Most of the people who were there were at this one. But that's a very special one to me. That was my gateway drug, as you want to call it. That was, being I had, been a member for 2 years and I hadn't come to anything, no TF cons, and I finally just, drove across the state and met everyone, and it was just a wonderful experience. Everyone was just like showing love that day, and it carried over into here. 5 years later, this is my second one. This time as a seller, but we'll get into that in a second. But I mean, what did I say? The realm cuppeth filleth over, or realm whatever. I don't know, but just god damn, it was good to see everyone. It was good to see everyone at the hotel. We had some fun at the hotel. Danzig was our waiter at the restaurant. And Captain, what's that?
Did anybody
did Crystal tell you that she told him to his face that we were calling him that?
Yeah. My understanding is his response was, "I get that a lot."
Yes,
I understand that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you get him to sing "Mother" though? That's what I needed.
I was making requests that night. He would have been better than the music they had. I'll tell you that much right now on Friday night, especially.
Yeah, karaoke dude.
Was it really karaoke if only one guy's doing the singing?
Yeah, he didn't do that bad,
Hey, not my cup of tea, but I'll let it go with that. What is that?
Somebody's Windows just reset.
Yo, the TV came on, the TV came on in my room.
You got ghosts in California,
dude. It's funny when you turn your head, you're looking right at the Silver Hawks ball watch. Like every time you turn your head, like you are putting your face in wrong places on that.
Dude, I swear, the TV in my room just turned on by itself, man. I'm about to move rooms. I'm not bullshit. This is crazy. Nah.
Something strange in your hotel room.
Who you gonna call?
Who you gonna call?
Nobody, because I'm out.
Hotel maintenance.
Hotel maintenance.
Oh man, don't even get me started, yo.
What's on TV? What the ghost put on?
No, it turned on. It turned on to Netflix. Netflix came up, and I'm like, I didn't do that. Johnson right here is like, yo, I didn't do it either. So
Miss Sean's around
the remote's right here. So
Miss Sean's around the corner with an app doing it just to mess with
you. Is she messing with you? Is she messing with you?
No, the remote's right here. So she don't have the remote.
There's a little look, she messing with you, man. Yeah, Esteban's probably right. Like that has happened to me a couple times. It might be the remote in the other room. They might be on the same setting wavelength. They just happen to catch it just right. I've seen that happen. So
maybe.
Or it could be Satan. I mean, either way you want to do it. Wes, we need you in the chat
But,
squad hard, man. Satan's messing with Derek.
Jeez.
Don't mama said Netflix and boo.
That's good. That's good, Dormammu.
Good. Yeah.
So getting back to NJCC real quick. Again, Realm Island, fantastic place to be. There were muffins and cookies, and Vinny brought candy. Chan made the muffins and cookies, which were fantastic. Everyone hustling, doing their thing. Tribal Chief Jose was there with his belt, looking good. Did you, Derek, freeze?
Yes, he did.
He did. The ghost is fucking with him today.
Now his mouth is the butthole of the Silverhawks base. Like, that is just a bad background to have up there, man. Hawk, what is it, Hawkhaven or whatever? His head is just in the wrong
Hawkhaven.
spot. Yeah.
But so I sold this year for the first time, and Crystal
Nice.
came with me. She sold a couple things. I brought a
sell?
very, very large chunk of my G1 collection because I'm getting out of it. I'm selling it all.
There you go.
That's sad, man. Because I real quick jump in before you get to the next step.
Go right ahead.
Ladder, man. I remember when I first got hanging out with you guys, that was like a big thing. Everybody was constantly dropping links and sending you sales posts of those last few things that you needed to kind of kill that G1, man. And just hear that you went up there and sold some of it, I was like, God bless. I hate to hear it, but I love to hear it at the same time. Go ahead with your thing.
You know, it just, a lot of people were like, dude, you were almost done. What are you doing? What are you doing? And it's just, it wasn't giving me the good energy. Wasn't happy with it. When I thought maybe if I sell my first piece and I'm sad about it, what am I going to do? But I wasn't. First piece went, second piece went, and I was like, all right.
Laughed all the way to the bank.
I don't feel anything about it. I don't feel a type of way about it. I feel good. So, but I brought a huge chunk, and again, I don't know a dick about selling. Thank God Crystal was there. She helped me set up, put things in the right order. Gort lent me his shelf. Thank you for that. That was very helpful. I did okay first couple hours. We started at 8 o'clock? 8 a.m. I was a nervous wreck again. Like I said, not knowing what I'm doing. Just like, am I supposed to be out there doing song and dance? Hey, everybody, come to my table. But, went well. Joe S. was there. Joe S. bought a few things from me. If he's in the chat, I don't see him yet. Thank you so much. He lightened my load a little bit. Around 12:15, I got a nice little surprise happened. Someone came up. He's looking over my table. He's like, how much for this? And then this. And I'm scrolling on my phone. I have all my prices written down on my phone, and I'm trying to find everything, my reference sheet and everything. And he goes, how much for the whole table? And I was like, what? What? What?
Trying to set that realm record.
Are you serious? Like, are you being for real right now? I was like, yeah, how much you want for the whole table? And here's me. I dreamed about this. I wanted this to happen. Like, what would be so amazing if some guy just walked in, took everything off my fucking hands, and I don't have to worry about anything for the rest of the day. Wouldn't that be amazing? I manifested it somehow in my mind. So it happened, and I was caught off guard. Gord will tell you I was stunned. I couldn't speak for a few minutes, walking back and forth. Because he said, think of a price. I'm going to walk around. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Oh, God. I'm trying to do math in my head, trying to think of what's going on. What do I do? What's the right price? What's the right price? And he comes back, and we start haggling. He met me like about halfway, and he walked away with my whole table.
Nice, dude.
He got my tote. He got my tote and everything. I just packed it all up.
But we don't have the sound effects, but
I'll take that. I will take that.
That's a realm record, man.
Because you gave him a number, and he's like, this, and you were like, and I was like, do it. You wash your hands of this. You won't have to ship it, box it, no post office driving, none of that crap.
Exactly. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, the only way I'm going to get like the total full value back is if I go on like Facebook Marketplace, and I don't want to deal with that shit. Going, this still available? Yeah, it is. Never hear from him again. I don't want to pay eBay fees. All right, you know what? It's enough. I came home with a good amount of money, nice heavy pockets. Love it. Had a great time, and I had a good experience selling. I wish I had more to come back next year, but it was a good time. It was absolutely amazing time.
Because you bring like the 84, 5, and 6 stuff. I wouldn't be shocked if the same guy does the same thing.
I don't have much left. Anything I have, a lot of what I have left is like reissues like from the Walmart thing just happened. And
okay.
nothing too like at this
Oh,
point.
it looked, because from what I remember on the table, I don't remember seeing the first couple of years there.
A lot of those, like I said, a lot of those were reissues. There's only maybe
Yeah.
a few that were actually originals, and at this point, I'll
Okay.
just take them over to
Yeah.
the vintage
And
toy
it's
guy. Like here,
and it's
give me some
definitely
money.
like a big relief getting all your stuff just off the table. I think
Yeah.
it was a 2018 or 19 show. I had a similar thing. They didn't take everything off my table. I had more of an assortment of things, but I had a lot of like chug stuff at the time,
Mhm.
and there were some masterpieces like the actual Takara stuff. And there was a guy that came by, and he just, he bought like maybe a dozen things. He came back, started picking out another dozen, and exact same thing. How much for all of it? Takes it all. I was sharing the table with Bricks that year. I think Chris Bishop was there when it happened. Like he's just like making this face, like holy shit.
Green room.
But it's nice. It's gone. Don't worry about it. Don't have to lug it around.
No, exactly. By 12:30, I was done. I had nothing to do the rest of the day. And I'm told that's a record. That's a record that never happened before.
That's what I heard.
That's
I
what
heard
told me.
a whole table swipe. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that dude's watching. Thank you. I'm sure you're selling it for more than I paid for
Who
it.
cares?
I don't care. It's fine.
That's
It's
it.
yours.
It's not your headache anymore.
Thank you, sir. You made my dreams come true.
I'm sorry, Derek.
It makes me sad that you
Hey,
got rid of some of the G1, but I am happy for you because that was a hell of a move.
I got enough other stuff to keep me.
That was some
happy.
boss. That was some boss shit, dude. That's next level to just sell everything all at one time and just be like, okay, I'm going home. I'm done. Bye. See y'all later. See y'all at the bar.
Yeah, I missed that, but
See the bar.
it was amazing. It was amazing to hear about, man. Oh my goodness! Congrats on that too. Man,
Thank you,
that's
everyone.
incredible. Yeah, Marriott Hotel Wi-Fi sucks. I just want to put that out there.
Well, if you weren't one of the poors and lived like Tyler did, you'd be diamond level, like he was bragging about on ETR, talking about he had the world's best Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Close your porn tabs; it'll keep up.
Oh my goodness, Miss Sean, he got open tabs. Get him.
Derek, you want to tell us about some raffles?
Oh, so okay. Well, first, the first one that I won was this Coronation Star Screen, and it was wild because
the MP11
I was thinking
one?
about bringing the ones that I already had to
The new one that just came
to
out.
sell. It was the Studio Series Coronation Star Screen.
I got you. I got you. Mainline. Yeah, I got you.
I have 3 of them at home already. It's just like, yo, I should have bought a couple to sell at NJCC. Then I end up winning one at NJCC, and then as soon as I won it, I put a $20 sticker on it. I'm just like,
right on the table.
Yeah, put it right on my table. I was like, yo, $20. There it goes. Anybody want it for $20? So yeah, I won that. And the next thing I won was that his tank. I won the his tank, the major award,
Grand prize.
the grand prize.
Cheater, man. I'm gonna have a talk with Fran. You cheated. I know you cheated.
I did not cheat. But yeah, it felt good to win that one because it gave someone else the opportunity to enjoy it more than I would. Shout out to Paul Rossi, who is actually the proud owner of that beautiful tank now. As I have 2 at home already.
I was gonna say you have like 7 of them at home. What do you need one more for? What do you need one more? 8 is a weird.
Yeah.
Gave him the fan bro price, right?
So yeah, but here's a funny thing about that statement, Domamo. Here's the funny thing about that statement. Me and Jose was literally joking about this before I started winning, and Jose had a WWE championship belt there, and he wore it for a little bit, and then after he was wearing it and took it off, people started flocking to his table to buy his stuff, and it was just this amazing stroke of luck that this belt gave. I was like, oh shoot, man, let me put that belt on, and then I put it on, and then people were coming to my table already to buy the little trinket stuff I had, because I was selling also video games too. I was selling like retro video games, like the first Xbox, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox One games that I'm never going to ever play again. because all my stuff is digital now, and I still got stuff left over, so I wasn't able to get rid of anything. But I put that belt on, and then I was just wearing it for a while, and then I took the belt off because he had to sell it, so we had to put it back on the table.
Oh, he sold that belt?
Right after that, huh?
He sold that belt?
Huh.
No, he didn't sell the belt.
Okay.
Oh,
He was
But
trying to.
that belt gave us both luck. That belt gave us both luck because he was selling all his stuff, and I went in raffles. Man, I told him, I said, "Yo, you can never sell that belt now. Every NJCC now, you got to bring that belt and give everybody the opportunity to wear it."
He did well. He did very well.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Huh?
Jose did
Oh,
very
he sold
well
it to
on
you?
the table, yeah. No, he
did well at the show.
At the show, he did very well.
Yeah.
From what I can see.
Yeah.
Oh, he brought
Jose.
he brought
Yeah.
the world's biggest Ziploc bag I'd ever seen.
Dude.
It was like a
trash
body bag made by Ziploc.
But it was
Right.
full of,
Yeah. I've never seen
full of
a
chuds. He sold almost
Ziploc
all
bag
that.
like that. Well, I've seen bags like that, but I've never seen the name Ziploc on it.
Yeah.
Because it was a literal Ziploc bag. I was like, yo, and he had all his chug stuff packed to the brim in this bag. It was like a big old laundry bag.
Looked like a body
but it was
bag.
Ziploc. Yeah, man. I was like, yo, that is incredible. But yeah, I still ain't found that bag. I gotta find out where he got that bag, man, because I can actually use one of those when I get home. So yeah. You all right, Ricky?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I was gonna say this bag, you could put 15 turkeys in this bag. It was a big bag.
Yeah, man. That's how. Yeah, the bag was. The bag was freaking huge, man, and it was strong too to carry all them figures like that, man. It was incredibly strong. But yo, shout out to Jose, man, because Jose, I think he did the best out of all of us. I'm not exactly sure, besides Wolfie, of course.
Maybe.
And then it was like, yeah, I mean, everybody did well for what we done, but most of all, we was just having fun, man. We was having fun and making money at the same time. You can't ask for a better weekend than that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But yo, I won the His Tank, and Paul got it, but we did a kind of an even trade because he had. I don't know if people have seen that pictures of that gold King Toys, Predator King. I got something before we move on. Okay. All right.
This dummy just read the private chat loud or live on the thing.
Exposing our business. Come
I
on.
thought it was in my head.
Derek is not sharp.
Sorry, I'm sorry,
Derek
man.
is
But
like
you
a spoon.
keep doing this, and I'm just like, oh, what's going on?
He got jet lag. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, truly do.
Still on the East Coast.
Yeah. But yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, Paul. No, straight. He had the gold King Toys. Predator King.
That was a shiny piece. Holy crap.
Oh, wow.
That caught my
The big one or the
attention.
mini? Like, which one did he have with him?
It was the big one.
Masterpiece? Man.
Fucking big, yeah.
Derek,
And
did you bring
man,
a pair
that
of gloves to
thing
handle that?
was-
Did you bring a pair of gloves for that?
man. Man, but no, that thing was shiny and huge, and oh my god, you know what?
Logan, that was the one he gave away for free, Logan. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, but yeah, but it was an incredible piece. As a matter of fact, it was that piece that Drew. How you have something on your table, it draws everybody to the table to look at it and all that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what that piece was. Yeah,
It's how
and
Glow
y'all,
was wishing his Devastator would do. Like pull everybody to the table and buy it.
but no, you got rid of him. So look, everybody got rid of everything that they had. I still went home and stuff.
You finally got rid of that Devastator, Gort?
I got rid of the yellow and the orange at the show.
Nice.
Yeah, got both of them.
I know you were toting them back and forth for a hot minute trying to dump them.
Yeah,
The green one took the longest to sell. The yellow, this was the second show, and orange just went right away.
Immediate.
yeah.
Yeah. There was not a lot of those made.
No, those
So,
are limited.
Yeah.
so a lot of y'all saw me doing this. It's because I was raising my hand because before we move on, so I'll go ahead and say it on here. So since Derek put it out there, I forgot to mention something during my week.
Okay.
Okay.
That I wanted to do before we move forward. I opened a package. I'd reached out. A friend had reached out and said they were getting rid of some stuff. I said, okay, I'll take these couple of things. And then all of a sudden the package just showed up at my house. And then I said, hey, you never told me what you wanted for them. They said, don't worry about it. Happy birthday. So I wanted to show these real quick. I got this Steelbook Halo 2.
Nice.
Oh,
Like
okay.
collector's edition. And then I got this fancy Halo Reach box set that like you open it up and it has like the notebook and stuff, like the handwritten notebook by the Spartans and stuff like that when they were on Reach. Shout out to Derek. These were birthday gifts from him. I wanted to mention it before we moved on because we hadn't been around for a while. And I don't remember if I mentioned it when we did the birthday wrap up.
Yeah.
But he sent them to me and said, "Don't worry about it. Happy birthday." So I wanted to say thanks, and I was yelling at my son. That's why I muted. That's why I said, "Can y'all hear me?" Because I kept pushing buttons because it's my newer microphone. I don't know which one's.
Okay.
So I was trying to wait till I got muted so I could yell at my oldest to go give me that stuff off because I had it with my Halo set out there in the bookshelf. So I wanted to mention those. So I do appreciate them. I love them.
Anytime, man. I knew they were gonna go to a good home, man. I wanted those particular two because they're big collector's items for those. I'm like, man, I don't know a better home to send it to than him, man. So I'm glad you like them.
The boys are excited because I finally talked to Kara into since we're gonna talk about it some a little later, I'll kind of give a behind the scenes on gaming. I'm not uber strict crazy like parents, but I have a rule with the kids is if they play, because they're getting older, I was like, if they play a game with violence, as long as it's not human on human violence, I'm okay with it. So I've been trying to, like, I'm not going to let them play Call of Duty because that's a human shooting another human. But I've been trying to talk Karen to, like, look, it's Halo. You're a human running around shooting bad aliens. You don't shoot other humans. Like, it's purple blood blowing everywhere. Look. Oh, no. She literally just okayed it right before we came into the show tonight. They're about to get to play Halo for the first time ever. And I told them we're going to start at Reach and we're going to work our way through all of them. Because they've watched me play it a couple times, but they've never got to play it themselves. So
it's okay to skip 5.
No, I play all of them.
That one sucks.
Only one I didn't like was ODST. I didn't like ODST at all. It's just like
I like that one.
5 is the roughest one. 5 is the roughest, but it still wasn't horrible.
No, it's fine.
No. Reach. No. 5 was dope to me.
5 is the one where they first introduced the Spartan 6 teams that were coming to get them.
6?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wasn't that the Spartan 6 group?
All right, stop talking about Halo.
Yeah, let's we'll get there.
Gort's super pedantic, and if I make a mistake, his head explodes. So whatever. It's you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, it's the one.
All right.
It's the one where what's it? Iron Fist plays them.
It's the one that sucks. Derek, what? I had some pictures that you wanted me to share.
Yeah, let's just share some pictures.
Yeah. So in addition to what was going on, so I had a nice haul, but this was my daughter's first NJCC. So my daughter came with me and Sean to NJCC, and I had her walk around and check out a few things, and she, took a liking to a lot of the stuff, but mainly these are the items that she wanted. So the Hello Kitty, that's something that that's a Funko Pop. She's starting to get into collecting. Like, she likes Funko Pops, different types of Funko Pops. So she got the Hello Kitty one. I'm surprised she took it out the box. And then, Black Widow is one of her favorite Marvel characters. So she got the SH Figure Arts Black Widow right there. The Kate Bishop, she saw that because she liked the show and wanted to get that. Now, the Headless Horseman. So after she bought those other 3 ones, she went to hang out with Brian at Brian's table and was just looking at his stuff. And she was eyeing that thing the entire day. And I was just like, she kept asking me about it. She kept coming back and forth, asking me about it. And then she asked me the final time, and I was like, she wants to buy that. I said, give me my credit card. I had to get my credit card back from. I was like, no. We're gonna have to have a conversation about that piece. So, in talking to Brian about it, he was giving her the history of uh, that and Mythic Legions and all that. He sent me a link so she can study some of the characters and get to know that line very well. And so Sunday comes around, and he's asked me, did you want to still get it for her? And I was like, yeah, I want her to study the thing first. He's like, no, you should get it for her. I was like, all right, well, how much you want for it? And so, gave me a really good price on it. And Chan is listening as we're talking about it. She's like, you know what, Derek, here. And then she put money towards. She was like, okay, now you get it for it. It's cheaper now. Now you get it for it. I was like, are you sure? And Brian put more money, took more money off of it. I was like, yo, y'all are really big. She said, no, we want her to have it. And we worked it out. And so, I got it from Brian, and then I took it upstairs because she was in bed at this point because she wasn't feeling that great. And I took it upstairs to her, surprised her with it, and then I took this picture with it. That's my daughter right there, and she was all but thrilled. She was all too thrilled to get that. And then we sent the thank you to Brian, Chan, and JD for chipping in to get that for her. And so from Gabby, from me and Gabby, Brian, Chan, JD, can't thank you enough for this gift that you gave her, that you helped give her. And she's absolutely loving it. She has not taken it out the box yet because there's some those wire ties that is tapped into the box and everything, and she didn't want to damage it, so she's waiting for me to help her with it. So yeah, we're gonna get it. She's gonna put it up on her. She wanted to put it up on her desk and everything, and I got to teach her all about displays and shelves and all that stuff for her room and all that. So she's finding her niche. She's finding her niche. My youngest son, Ricky. He's already in the collection of all this stuff. Yeah, not my son down here, but the other Ricky. So yeah,
that's my son.
Yeah. So Ricky is also into collecting too. He collects Legos. He does Lego animation, as a matter of fact. So, but Gabby is really getting into her niche when it comes to collecting. We just have to, see where her focus is going to be. So yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Brian and Chan and JD, for your contribution for that. She is absolutely loving it, and I'm loving it for her. And she definitely wants to come back. She says so. So the next NJCC you might see her. So
I got a question. Real quick. You said that you made her study the Four Horsemen. Like what the Mythic Legions? What's going on with that?
Or the
Brian
study.
She wanted to know about the lore of, because the first piece that she was attracted to was the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
So Brian went into a whole he basically took her to class when it came to talking about that, Mythic Legions and all of that. So, and he gave us a link to go to study, to find out more about it, because I don't know anything about Mythic Legions at all. So, but if that's something that she's going to eventually gravitate to, I want to learn with her, so I can know what that is too. And so when it comes to, because this may be her niche when it comes to collecting stuff, because that may be the thing that attracts her, just like for me with Transformers, GI Joe, and everything robot related. So
did you make her read the Washington Irving short story? So like you didn't test her on it? No.
Nah.
But you're not a real Headless Horseman fan unless you can tell me the whole story of Ichabod Crane.
Right, yeah, but now she's like I said, she's just getting into it. I don't want to rush her or anything like that. I just want to make sure she finds her own passion into that. So all of us.
This is the Green Fire one, right? The one that she has.
Yes. I believe so. Brian, correct me if I'm right. I believe that's the one that she has, the green fire one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one. Go back to the picture. The picture will show you. Yeah.
I got the OG one. That is a great figure. That horse, their horses are phenomenal, man.
She has the original,
Yeah,
according to
she has the original.
It's the original, so it's the one with
That's
the red
orange.
Man.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
First edition.
Man, awesome figure.
Yeah,
good for her. Well, welcome to it. Prepare to spend the rest of your life spending money and arguing with nerds on the internet.
We'll see you at Legion's Con.
Right, maybe.
All right, Corey, you got anything else? Any other pictures to share?
Yeah, just a couple. Before we move on, Chris had come by and grabbed a couple GI Joes off my table, and he was messing around with the Arctic Bat. Well, he determined that he didn't like this figure. He's like, "Well, I bought it from you for 10, and he sold it on his table for 15, and split the difference with me."
No,
he walked up to me. I didn't know what he was doing. He was laughing, and he hands me money. I'm like, "What's this?" He said, take it. So,
dude, he's
lost. That's what that picture was all about. Okay,
yeah, he's lost so much weight.
I just like.
Thank you for that context.
Yeah, I just like that he didn't like that he did that, but he did not like that figure. I was watching him play with it, and
I like the Arctic Bat.
It didn't shock me when I found out he sold it. And then we after the show Saturday, we got out to sushi with this lovely group of people that you see here.
Yeah.
And then we headed into Barnes and Noble for a minute before going over to the mall, and Crystal decided we needed to do the Easter Bunny.
Realm of Furries. Here it comes.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was a good time. I like these pictures. Are really fun.
Wolfie just looks so serious, like he's gonna fight the Easter Bunny.
I didn't know what was going on because
he was waiting for that. He's about to rip that guy.
He's like, put your hand on my wife, you fucking white rabbit. We're
gonna. I'm watching you.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's all I had left to share.
All right. So anyway, shout out to NGCC, everyone who went. Thanks for Fran for putting it together every year. Love that dude, and hope to see you all next year. Maybe we'll come back. Maybe we'll sell some more. We'll see what happens. Yeah. But moving on, Ricky, I think you shared something in the group chat that you'd like to talk about. What's that all about, buddy?
We're going to talk about, all of us have heard the term Fambro price, and I need it for my kid, or I can't believe that I missed this pre-order. It went by so fast. And we've been getting that a lot recently, especially in the G.I. Joe collecting community. We've noticed that a lot. Like, people have even recently said it in the group chats about the Vamp. Like, no, I think sat up for like 2.5 months. You know, you missed it, then you did it on purpose. You didn't miss it by accident. Remember, this a lot of these places don't take money up front. So you don't have to worry about breaking the bank just to pre-order it. Just lock it in. Yeah. But I was scrolling through one of the groups. This guy made it. It was, he can say it better than I can, and he can say it nicer than I can. He made a whole little PSA that I think everybody needs to take time. It's not specific. This one is specifically to G.I. Joe, but it applies to multiple collecting.
Everything.
Like, just multiple. You want me to read it out or just let them
read it?
Read it out for our... Yeah,
so this is gonna be a PSA for new collectors. So looking at you, Gabby, right? Gabby, looking at you, PSA.
Don't
your first PSA.
Don't be these people. Don't be
like these people. Be like us. Well, don't be like us either, but don't be like these people. All right. So this awesome piece is up for pre-order. He's talking specifically about the SMS launcher on Pulse.com, which means you can reserve it right now. If you're reading this, you give up the rights to complain in 3 months from now that it is sold out. You also abdicate your right to say it's a scam from Hasbro creating artificial demand. Why are there so many jerks with aftermarket markups? Sell it to me for retail. It's for my kid, which is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. G.I. Joe collectors / resellers are in it for the money. Duh. And why did they make it available for a short amount of time? Now, time being relative and all, 2.5 months is not a short amount of time. And even if it's a week, 2 weeks, they're not taking money from you. Go order it now. Like, don't wait and come back with all these BS excuses, because 90% of I've caught them in other groups. Oh, I missed it because of this, that, family emergency, blah, 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 blah. I need it. Somebody sells it to them and then give it 2 weeks, and that dude's flipping it for triple the price in the groups. Like,
your family emergency is not lasting 2 months.
Yeah, it's crazy. And if you have a family emergency that's taking you out of the game, then you don't need it, and you probably need to sell off some of the stuff that you do have to help your family. But I just thought that was interesting. They said it a lot nicer and cleaner than I would have, because that would have been full of expletive deleteds if I had put it into a group, and I probably would have been banned.
Easy there, Scotty.
Yeah, so
yeah,
you know who's even slower than Joe fans is people who talk crap about Joe fans. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, just thought that was an interesting PSA. And in the G.I. Joe fashion, now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Dun, dun, dun.
You just got us banned. Boom.
Can you imagine? That's just, he sung a song. We got banned.
But yeah, just wanted to share that with everybody.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Don't be a dick. Pre-ordered.
Yes.
Right.
Don't be such a poor.
Don't be a poor. Yeah.
It's free. You're not
Save
paying
your-
NRDs. Just
Save your money.
That's like them idiots going on there. Like, EU showed us those pictures of them when they're like, "Ouch, my wallet!" on that last week or whatever.
Right. I saw that. Man, I was like, for real.
Tune
Didn't even touch your wallet yet.
$0. How's that out your wallet? You freaking moron.
Tune in a couple weeks. We got some good ones.
Right.
We'll do that segment again.
That's crazy.
But great advice. Great advice. Don't be that. Don't be those people. But
Oh, yeah, never.
I think it's time for the next segment, fellas. I think it's a little something we call the showcase.
The collector show. It's time for the collector showcase. I need you to do me a favor real quick, because he's not here to argue with me. I want you to run that again, because I want to watch it again and again before it's Run that back one more time. It's time for the collector showcase.
Sorry, E. I guess the new banner's not ready yet.
Guess not.
Hey, and yeah. So
You go with the classics.
so
when you
everybody
have to.
know, and because he's not here, I'm going to say it also.
Oh,
He
Derek
wants
putting all
to
the laundry
change
out.
it. Yeah. Huh?
Derek putting all the laundry out in the.
Yeah. I don't want it to go, because I don't want it to go away. I want it to stay.
Me either.
Yeah, so
There he is.
There
There he
he
is.
is.
y'all that wanted to stay.
Hey, you know what? Gort? Run that
Send
shit
your
again.
emails.
Just for him, because in the chat squad. Run it again. Run it again.
He's gonna
For
come
all
on.
y'all that want that bumper to stay.
It's time for the collector showcase.
That's right. Take pictures as much as you can, because this is probably the last time you're going to see that.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can, because it's going to be changed. So you want to continue to see it. You feel strongly enough that, you feel brave enough to email him directly and let him know that we want that to stay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah,
It ain't worth it.
do
We're
it.
going to get a lot of cuss words.
You're gonna get this picture as a response. That's what you're gonna get.
It's going to be just his hand flicking you off. That's going to be the end of that one. All
That's
right.
right.
So,
Ricky, what you got for us?
yeah,
got,
man.
Rick?
We're kind of we talked about kind of what we're going to get into tonight, and I was like, hey, I got a little something I can do with that. I am, as you see, prepared for this conversation. I am a gamer. I am an old school gamer. I've been doing it since I was like 5-6 years old. I've ran through all the systems. I still have some of them around, even from when I was a child. Still actively use them. I took a bunch of pictures. We're going to run through the pictures just real quick to kind of talk about what we have. So this is literally set up on my 80-inch in the living room.
Look at that.
We use these constantly. My kids even play on them. Up until about 2 years ago, I had a legitimate SNES with cartridge games, but I switched up to the mini. We'll get to that one a little later, why I did that. So go ahead and flip through, Gort.
Ricky, can I ask you a quick question?
Go ahead, bud.
You the Xbox One, or that's you're not getting the new one.
No, I only upgrade Xbox. I only own for Gears of War and Halo. So until I'm forced to upgrade because that game is no longer on this generation, I don't upgrade. Like I won't
Gotcha.
do it.
Gotcha.
So this is next to my TV, as you can see. On that third shelf down, that gray, that was my Super Nintendo game cartridge drawer, official licensed Nintendo drawer that I've had since I was a kid. Now that I no longer have the cartridge Nintendo, it has like a bunch of accessories and like some of the Game Boy games are in there and stuff like that. So that's what that is. Then I got my N64 controllers, the next level up. If you go to the next picture, we'll see the top here. My kids got real hardcore, especially my oldest got hardcore into Pokemon. You can see some of them. You can see some of them sitting there and in that
yellow, gold.
I have all of them. If it came out on Game Boy, we have it. It's in that drawer if it's not up there. But these are just the ones he's messing with now. We got them both their own Game Boy colors. So they're playing those. These are controllers for their Switches that we play on. Those are their cases for their Switch lights that they have. So they're big into gaming. Go ahead to the next picture. This is next to it. This is, as you can see, is my Nintendo official license drawer for my games for my 64. Sitting here on top with
officially licensed drawer.
Yeah, they got this. Yeah, they were a legit thing back in the day. There was actually a whole entertainment unit thing that for Nintendo when it came out, it was like it looked like a game cabinet with Nintendo on the side of it and all that, and you could put like had a little TV thing in there, and you could put your NES and games in there and stuff like that. I was gonna search for one of those, but they're next to impossible to find anymore because they've all fallen apart because they're a particle board. But this is my 64. That's one of the they got these like nightlight things or something a few years ago. So that's the Shy Guy sitting there. And then
are those the ones that were in Five Below?
I have no idea. They got
There's a whole set of them, like they did like Fire Flower and Mushroom and all that.
Probably they got them in like their stocking stuffers one year from my in-laws or something.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. So that's my 64. Next picture will be my actual drawer of games for the 64. I'm very anal, as you can see. I put all the labels on the top because I got tired of picking the game up to see what it is in there.
That's smart.
This is not every game ever. My kids, as you can see, have been playing with them.
That anal. That one game at the bottom's upside down.
Let me finish. They're no longer and they're also out of alphabetical order, which I had them in. But my kids have been playing them and moved them around, and I am I'm vastly ashamed of this drawer right now. Now that I'm actually looking at it, because I just took the picture and sent it to you. I didn't pay too.
I can't sleep at night because it's out of order.
As soon as we get off this, I'm going to fix all those because it drives me nuts.
Yeah, I'm ashamed in you too. Where's Turok 2? What is
I got Turok 1. That's the only one that matters.
Oh, Turok 2.
It's not a complete set. I mean, relax, dude. But then in that front right there, you see that's the Game Shark, the Game Genie that updated to Game Sharks for the 64. I have
Game Genie. That's old school.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see that here in a minute, but this right here is my Game Shark for the 64 because Game Genie got sued. Galoob got their asses sued off. So
did they?
Yeah, they couldn't make Game Genies anymore, so they changed it to a Game Shark under.
Look that up.
So that's my games for my 64. Is that the last picture?
Yeah, that's the last picture.
Okay.
And apparently, you are a fake gamer.
No.
No Sega?
Hey, Scott, sit your drunk ass there and wait for the video. You'll see it in a second.
He said relax.
Yeah, you sit your drunk ass out there and wait. You'll see.
All right,
so I'm big into gaming. I took a little video just showing that these aren't just sitting there. These are all actively hooked up to my TV. We use them on a regular rotation. Myself and the kids will get in there play. My wife has nothing to do with the video game. She plays like Mario Party with us when she feels froggy, but she doesn't do video games. But myself and the boys do for sure. Isaac's bigger into sports games and stuff like that. Gabriel's more into like the Pokemons and stuff like that. But yeah, we're big into it. I made a little video. We'll kind of Gord will fire it off and then I'll talk to it. So of course here is Contra for the NES. I'm going to get to this when we get done with this video. I'll talk about Contra a little more, but this is the game that got me started with home consoles. This is the one that made me want to get into it. This is
Chat Squad, give us the classic code right now.
This is my NES or SNES Mini. You see, I'm scrolling through it just to show you some of them because I hacked this. So it literally has every game ever made on Super Nintendo is on my SNES Mini.
So that's impressive.
They're all in alphabetical order. I think it's like something like 2,500 games or some crap like that.
So you have an emulator?
No, it's the SNES Mini. I hacked the seed that's
inside.
So now we're on to my N64. I had the video with sound, but we had to mute it because we didn't want to get in trouble. This, of course, should be anybody who played 64 should know what this is just from the opening screen. No, it is not.
Oh, it's GoldenEye.
This is GoldenEye.
Oh, I thought it was Donkey Kong at first.
This is one of the best ones ever made. Then we moved into this is the Switch, and as you see, Scott, that is my Sega Genesis emulator right there on it. So suck it and sit in the car. So there's a bunch of games. We have the Genesis on there.
A real fan.
Game Boy,
6-button
Game
controller.
Boy Advance. We got the Game Boy, regular Game Boy. We got Nintendo 64 and Super. So even though I have some of them on cartridge, they are repeated into the emulators, but that has everything else that I don't have. This is my PlayStation 5, Isaac's favorite game right now. And then this is the best gamer controller ever skin on a gamer controller. It's for my Xbox One. And we're big into Halo in my house. As you can see, other than Halo, the only thing you see on there is Boom Boom Rocket because my kids love that game, especially when they were younger. So that's all I play is Halo on the Xbox. So, and it's up, down, left, right, BA. Start if you're playing one player. Select start if you're playing two
start if you're playing two.
Bingo.
Because I always play. It was always two players with me because I always had my boy rocking with me. So you had to hit that select.
Even when I was growing up by myself, because that's my original NES that I grew up with. I should have got a picture of it, but that if you go back to that first picture, Gort, the one where they're all labeled, you'll see the one that NES, that's a box. There's like a lid that goes on that, and it has games all wrapped around it. If you lift up that NES, the light gun is underneath it. It's got the two controllers there. And if you look right next to that, Derek, that's the Game Genie laying right there next to the NES system in there. So
did you have a Power Glove?
I did when I was a kid, but it didn't work and it was trash. So I cut the wire off and I used it for, I guess, what kids nowadays.
Hell yeah!
Playing.
Hell yeah!
I ran around. I did like the Captain In, In cartoon. So I had. And I used to run around with my light gun. Like I did all that stuff.
Hey Ricky, did you take the regular controller and wear it like a belt? So you
like a belt.
When
I tell you, I did. When I tell you, I did Captain In. I had a laser tag.
I love that show.
I had a laser
old school.
I had a laser tag gun system when I was a kid, and it had a belt with a holster. So I would use that to put my actual light gun into, and then I just looped the NES controller over onto it. So like it was the belt buckle, and then I had my glove that I'd cut the wire off of, and I just run around the house acting like an idiot. So but we're huge, as you can see, huge, and that's just the ones that you see there. We have a actively running in the house. We have a Wii in our room and a PS4 in our room. I have a PS4 here in this office. The boys have their own PS3 and PS4. I was gonna retire the PS3, but they love the War for Cybertron games, so they play those constantly. Gabriel loves those games. We'll grind for hours and hours and just replay them over and over and over. So we kept that active in there for them to play that on. We had a 360, got rid of it when I got the one. So we're big into games. I have a PS Vita in there somewhere that I bought literally I bought it for the Assassin's Creed Liberation. I bought it for Batman Blackgate, and then there was a Sly Cooper Among Thieves or something it was called. Those are the only 3 games I had for it because I didn't care. I was just there for the Batman and the Assassin's Creed. So we're big into games around here. And I grabbed a couple of the cartridges just to show off. It's just from the Nintendo and the 64 because when I switched to the Mini, I got rid of all my cartridge games for the Super Nintendo. But I grabbed some that were like, these were big to me. I spent a lot of my childhood and a lot of hours on these games I'm about to show y'all. And these will always sit up there. So we're going to go ahead and get Gort's favorite right out the way first. So, of course, I have the Shadows of the Empire. Spent a lot of time. I have a lot of good memories of this game. Does not hold up well to time.
I could not beat that one.
Really?
You are a fake gamer.
I got stuck. There was one stage I couldn't beat the boss. It was the garbage stage.
I was gonna say it's got to be the
remember.
octopus thing under the
I
water.
don't remember,
whatever
but
that
like
mo-
I had a
the
hell of
one-
a time getting past it. I couldn't
The
do
one
it.
with the train.
Yeah, the thing
Yeah,
the stage that came
IG-88.
after the train.
IG-88.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that robot.
But he's talking about the garbage chute where you got to fight all the underwater monsters, whatever those things are called. I'm not going to say it wrong because Gord will kill me.
Dianoga?
Yeah, that one. Remember, you had to fight a bunch of those and then a big boss one of them.
The Coruscant sewers.
Yep. So I grabbed that. This game, because when we went to Mario 64, the 3D graphics on this, I remember this being mind-blowing. Like seeing Mario like this after playing Mario World for so long.
Yeah.
It literally blew it. Like I was like, holy crap.
When did that come out? 96?
I think so.
96.
Launched with it.
Yeah, it launched with it. It was a launch title.
The things we used to think were high tech.
Of course, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Of course, GoldenEye's there.
Yeah.
It's got to be GoldenEye. Spent a lot of hours. This game changed first-person shooters and online shooters now because of it. You're a Call of Duty fan. You're a Halo fan. You're into any of that stuff. This is the reason why any of that stuff exists.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one is by far my favorite 64 game.
Star Fox 64.
I'm not even close. Although I do have that. I probably put 200 hours into this game over the years. I've played it multiple times, start to finish it, mastering it. I played the Master Quest versions when they put it out on like the handhelds and stuff like that. But it's Ocarina of Time. This game, this is by far top 5 favorite game of all time. I put a lot of work into this and a lot of love into this. I wore this hat, although this is a Twilight Princess hat, because if you flip up the bill, you actually see the link underneath there. It is Twilight Princess.
I thought your hat was cool, but then you did that.
Yeah, that's why I kept it hidden. I wore it strictly because this game made Zelda for me. I have all the on my NES. I have the gold cartridge 1 and 2. I have Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo when I had it in cartridges. But this one blew me away. This one made me love the Zelda franchise, and I will always have something special for this one.
Very nice.
So those are my 64s, and I just got like 3 for the Nintendo real quick to burn down. The OG classic. I'm pretty sure when we start talking about it, this has got to be in the top for most of us. Super Mario Brothers with the Duck Hunt. Now,
I had the one with the power pad, the Duck Hunt, the power pad, and Mario. That was crazy.
Yeah. The Olympics.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
This makes me sad because although I have the light gun and I have Duck Hunt, I even have Hogan's Alley out there. I can't play any of them because light guns don't work on the new TVs, and I don't have an old-fashioned glass screen TV.
Yeah.
So, but Mario started it all. I don't care what anybody says. You were around in Atari days. I had an Atari. We're going to talk about it. I had an Atari. I had a 7200. I had all that stuff. But this changed everything. This game changed literal all home console gaming. So that one's there. This one, Turtles 2, the arcade game. Because this is one of the first times I remember sitting down with my friends and playing multiplayer with a controller in our hands, going to the arcades at the bowling alleys, getting all 4 of us lined up on there, then going home, playing the whole same exact game all over again with only 2 of us.
Yeah.
Like, this was it. And then
just real quick.
That's the one you play with. You can actually play with 4 people, right? Is that
at the arcade? At the arcade. At home, you can only play 2.
A bunch of years ago, there was a crappy toy show that I went to, and Brian had driven up. He wanted to check out the toy show, but we went over to check out like Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash real quick. But they had a Retrocades place right across the street. We went over there and we beat that game.
Yes, such a great game. Like, it's so fun to play that. Now, this one, this game put me into home consoles. Like, I went over to a friend. I've talked before with some of you guys. I can't remember if it was on here or if on a hangout, but I grew up with some friends that their family had money. The DeLorean family, if any of y'all remember that story. They were like the first friends that I knew that had the big screen back in the 80s, like the whole huge box thing, like that big screen. And I went over
DeLorean.
No, I'll explain it to you after we get off the show. But the first game I ever played on a home console was at their house, and it was Contra. This game blew my mind the first time I played it, and this game is why I talked my mom into get me an Atari and in a 5200. I had friends that had ColecoVisions. I played that. I played Pitfall and all that stuff, but this one made me want my own to play at home. And this ties into a nostalgic nerd dad moment for me with Isaac, my youngest. He got his first ever straight A report card. And I told him the sky's the limit, dude. We can go to Disney, we can go to Universal, we can go to the movies.
Holy shit.
The sky's the limit. You earned it. You tell me what you want to do. And he said, I want to be Contra with you. So we came home, we sat down, we turned on Contra, sat on the floor like little children. Kara made us some popcorns and like a bowl of potato chips, and we just sat there and played Contra until we beat it. And this game started it for me. And now tying that in with my kid, nothing can beat this in my book.
That's a great story. That's a great story.
So this is really what I wanted to get to with my showcase. The rest of it was just building to get to this. This is my showcase. My showcase is this and my time with Isaac on this game.
That's what's up, man.
Contra is probably one of the wildest games.
Yeah,
play in general,
out of nowhere. Like you're shooting army guys. Next thing you know, you're fucking fighting the alien queen.
My freshman year in college, we had the NES, and my roommate, he beat the game on one life. He just sat there and did it like it was nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, people do speed runs on it now. It's nuts.
He must have been a nerd.
Right.
Anyway,
oh my God. Look, I could tell you the horror stories that were living with that guy. That's another time.
Yeah,
but yeah, he let's just say he earned that that Contra win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had friends that could do that. They could tell you I hold the D-pad down for 0.2 seconds and I have to jump immediately because they know exactly when the bullets and shit are coming across the screen and they could just jump right through. It was nuts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of timing with a lot of these games.
Real quick question.
Yep.
For Ricky, in regards to Contra, did y'all get the Super Contra yet?
Yeah, I have Super C and I have Contra Wars on the Super Nintendo. We played all of them, but this is it. Everything else was just
Contra Wars was on Sega, wasn't it?
No, it's on. I
thought it was on.
Or I might say Contra 4. It might be Contra 4. I thought it was Contra.
No, it's Contra 3. Contra 3. Yeah, because when the Super Nintendo came out, they had Contra 3 for that one. And then after that was Contra Wars, and I thought that Sega had picked up the Contra franchise,
the license,
doing it. Yeah.
So Super C is the one where you start out like in the city or whatever at the very beginning of it, right? Isn't that the one where you're fighting through the city? Yeah, no, it's fine, but this is it.
Yeah, that's it right there.
This was because it was at the peak. You had Predator, you had all that jungle warfare stuff. All that was happening in the movies, and then it's in the video game too. Like it was right there for me. So,
right. Yeah.
But yeah, we got him in there. Watch this. Watch this.
What do we watch?
What are we watching?
No, he's gonna go grab my Super C.
Okay.
C.
Yeah. But yeah, out of all the Contra's games, Contra 3 was my absolute favorite.
It's not Contra Wars. Was it Contra Alien Wars? It had like a weird. It had a subtitle.
That's what Contra 3 was. Contra 3 was Alien Wars.
That's not Contra Wars. Alien Wars.
Because if you played it on the regular level,
I lost my poor.
You got to the end. That's the part where you're flying up in the chopper to get out the hole. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're playing it on the regular level, it just lets you leave. But if you're playing it on the hard level, it turns into that shell case alien thing. It starts climbing the walls and it's attacking you. It's bumping up to the helicopter, and you got to literally jump to get away from it as you're shooting down at it at the same time.
Because your shot slowed it down. Like you couldn't. You slowed it down from the accelerating upwards.
Right, but if it bumps up, if he bumps you up and everything, yeah. But that's Super C, yeah. But
that's the second one. That's the second one on the NES.
Second one.
They still
But
make
Contra
Contra
3
games.
Alien Wars was it for me,
I
man.
don't know.
I think they did like something not too long ago on one of this. They used the name or something and tried to do something with it. Like it couldn't have been that long ago, but it's not like it used to be. I remember I had the. Did you? I literally when I first got really hardcore back in collecting, I got rid of them because they were not great. But NECA did the 2-pack of the Contra.
Yeah. I saw that.
Like
I saw that.
Paint.
Yeah, the pixelations all over them, and that's what made me get rid of them. Was square pixelation paint. I was like, I don't like this shit. This is the hell out of here.
Like there's a fun novelty to that stuff that NECA would do, but I've never liked any of that.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was cool to see them, and like, oh my god, I got Contra figures. Who the hell would ever thought we would have got here?
Now they do have Contra on the Xbox and PlayStation consoles that you can download, but the only problem is if you want to play like say you wanted to play like I want to play with you, Ricky, on the Contra on the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have them network. They don't give you network play, so you can play with us.
You have to LAN play with somebody there. Yeah.
Right, exactly, and that sucks. Man, I was like, no, it's not the same. You know.
But I'm the opposite. I would rather
Xbox.
have. I want side by side on the couch play more than online.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm not that guy, but that's it. That's my showcase. I appreciate y'all letting me do that. I could really go on for hours on video games. It was a big part of my life.
Man.
Well, it's kind of our topic tonight, Ricky. So feel free.
Yeah. So I'll run my mouth some more when it gets back around to me. But that's my showcase in a total. Thank you guys.
Man.
Thanks for sharing. That was a really great story.
Man, good times.
Thank you. Hey, real quick, going back to Nintendo. Goddamn. Do you guys remember the robot they used to have with that for that game?
Yeah, Robbie the robot.
Did anyone have that?
Yep. I did, and it only worked for Gyromite.
What did it do?
It was for Gyromite and one of the Mario games, like Dr. Mario or some crap like that. All it was in Gyromite, there was pillars that you had to get past.
Yeah.
One was blue and some were red, and you had to use the robot to move that little spinning gimbal over and drop it onto the blue to make all the blue pillars go down. Then you'd run past them, and then you'd have them pick it back up and drop it on the red ones so you could run past the red ones. It was fucking dumb. That shit was stupid, dude. Sounds
dumb. The robot looked cool, though. I remember seeing the commercials for that going, wow, that's so great. And it turns out the games are dumb.
Yeah, they were retarded. Like, it was rough. Because they only ever had the two because it was so bad. Nobody liked that peripheral, but I had the box that came with it, like the box set where it came with Robbie the Robot and the system.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So yeah, again, topic. We're just talking video games tonight. Just all the old stuff we used to play with. The first system you ever had. What are you playing now? Some of your favorites of all time. Chat squad. Tell us what you got. We had a guest lined up for this, but unfortunately he had to drop out of it. But that's okay.
Yeah. He heard EE wasn't coming and decided he didn't need to be here either.
So let's get into it here. Like, what did everyone have? What was your first system, everyone? What do we have?
My first system was the NES that I owned, but I had my uncle had the Atari 2600, so I was more or less grew up on that and arcade games before that time. And but I got the NES later, like Super Nintendo, was already well out, and I just sat there playing Mario 3 all day, and Duck Hunt, and just trying to like master that. And what was the other one on there? Like Cloud Shooter.
I don't remember Cloud Shooter.
Oh, that was like the alternate game with Duck Hunt. That one was harder. Duck Hunt was like joke.
I did Hogan's Alley was the shooter game that I liked. Hogan's Alley. I love that one.
But I had like junk games and stuff because like there was some hand-me-downs that got thrown in there, like Super Jeopardy and things like that. And it was like, this is that's not fun.
No,
that's not fun.
I hated those games.
But I remember bringing that stuff out to college, and we had like the game and music store that was in town, like just like a like a resale kind of shop. I picked up all kinds of titles. We went in there, anything like $5, like just buying it and trying out all kinds of games, but it was fun. Like everything, was good. Like Battletoads, that was
sorry, bud.
Yeah, Battletoads is dope.
Yeah.
There you go, Scott. You're over there talking about
Metroid.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Metroid was the
Samus.
first game, and it might be the first game that had like some kind of code in it. I don't remember, but like a type-in code, because I remember typing in the Justin Bailey code or something like that. What was it? Something Bailey. And you know, it gave you like all the power-ups, and you could just run around the game like that, and it was fun.
Mm.
Man, Metroid was fucking
Did
good.
it blow your mind when you
It
were playing Metroid for a number of years? Did it blow your mind when you found out that Samus was a female?
No.
No, I mean,
I never knew she was a female.
it
I thought
probably
thought
would
it
have,
was
but I
dude.
knew ahead of time.
I thought
I'd
they
already
did it
known
in
before
this.
I was
Like in
playing
some of
it.
the cutscenes, you saw that she was a female in this, didn't you? Like
Didn't
even in
look
the
like her.
original.
You get it at the end of the game.
Yeah, that cutscene,
Yeah.
like where it shows the ship flying off again. It shows
Yeah.
her getting in there and taking off like her gear and all that. Like they don't
Yeah, it's
show
just
it.
her
but-
in like a little pixel
Yeah.
bikini.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember that.
Yeah, it's just, but that's
That wasn't
because
the
you
first Metroid.
yes,
Yeah.
it was, but you have to like 100% the game. You can't just beat the game.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah,
some
that's true.
side
You got-
thing you have
you
to
got
do
it in
when you
there.
do it.
And that's why I don't remember.
Man, video games starring a female. Even the '80s were woke, man. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, telling you,
That's
man, they were
not,
Relax.
that's not.
Relax.
Just, you know, so,
So then we already know that what you
I'll make
say
it-
your
I'll make
first
it
was
short.
the Atari or the NES,
Huh?
or I can't remember what you said. The Atari was your first?
NES, but I grew up playing the Atari before I had that. But I didn't get another system until Nintendo 64.
Nintendo 64.
And
that was
Mario 64 that you held up, like you're talking about like the 3D and all that. I sat there, I remember like 17 hours or something the first day. It just, you know, blew out that game, got like 30 plus stars. That game was fun. I never beat that though, not to completion. I was always missing 4 stars. Somebody stole my cartridge at college, so I never went back to that.
Oh, man, that sucks.
They stole a bunch of games. You held up that
Oh.
Steelbook of Halo 2 earlier in the show.
Mhm.
That was one of the few that I actually went and rebought, though. I was like, no, I like this edition. I want that
Yeah.
one, like, because I remember being excited. You know, I was like the
Hope
first
that-
game I remember that had a Steelbook.
So
I hope that dude was run over by a garbage truck because he's garbage.
So we know what you did. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say Derek's first console was the giant brain.
Shut up.
System.
Shut up.
the what?
It's like the world's
It was-
first computer.
It was Famicom. Get it out the system. Yeah.
It was like in the 1940s.
Man, leave Derek,
My
leave Derek alone.
first system was an Atari 2600. Thank you very much. Actually, even before that, I had a TI 99, which was a computer, and you know, it was a Texas Instruments.
Texas
Yeah, I had that.
99.
I had the TI 99.
12
Thank you very much.
kilobytes of
Yeah.
RAM.
I think I might have had that too because I used to
Mhm.
play Commander Keen on a computer, and I think that was this. Or,
God damn, I remember that, Ricky. Holy
It
shit.
wasn't that.
what was that?
I played the Oregon Trail on that system.
Oregon Trail,
and, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it was a dope game at the time. So because it was trivia based too. So and it taught you things. So you know that's yes, I had that.
Mm. I mean, like I don't have the physical game Genesis anymore, but at one point in time in my life, I've had the Jaguar, I had the CD, I had the Genesis, I had the original Master System. I got way later just to see what it was
Yeah.
all about. So yeah, I've had them all pretty much throughout my life. I think the only one I've never actually owned myself was I'd never owned a Wii U, and I don't think I owned the GameCube. I had a roommate who had a
I had a
GameCube. So
I still got a
I
GameCube.
played on it, but I never owned it myself.
Gotcha.
So I remember playing
About-
Wind Waker on it. I love that game.
How about the
Yeah.
Virtual Boy?
Virtual. Oh,
never got
yep.
that.
I had
Never
my,
saw that one.
my friend had it, and I got a migraine from it. I played the
Yeah.
tennis one time on it, and I had a massive migraine. Never touched it again.
That thing was the worst.
Oh really?
But yeah, I never used one. Describe it for me. What was it like?
You had to shove your face in it.
Yeah,
was
I,
like
I
a-
remember that part. You had to
You
like
put your
hold it.
eyes up to it, and it's all in like blood red, and the
Yeah.
controller is like down at the bottom. It's basically
Yeah.
an NES
It was
controller.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on a stand.
On a
and
stand, I remember
you
that
just,
part.
Like with your
And-
face in it. It was
It was
trash.
horrible, and it was supposed to be 3D Virtual Boy because they did a depth perception thing with that.
Yeah.
It was like
It was-
layers.
Yeah, it was gross. And
Yeah.
I had a migraine by the time I was done with the tennis, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this thing.
So it really wasn't that virtual.
It was virtual for what was it, 1993 when they did that? 1994, like somewhere in there. Yeah.
How far we've come.
Yeah, like
Apple Vision Pro.
My first owned system was an Atari and an Atari 2600. My mom found both of them after I wanted that NES like Jordan had. It was way too expensive. I was a single parent mom, only child. You know, she couldn't afford that, so she went out and bought me all the previous systems that were available, and she got me an Atari and a 2600. Breakout was my game, and then I got my hands on Super Breakout, and I would just spend hours playing Super Breakout on the 2600, like just all day.
I don't remember that one.
And the one with the paddle.
Remember,
and try to break all the bricks as you go up.
Ball moving around.
Yeah.
Remember, I had.
The flipper.
I had my.
It was just a little
it was like a moving
bar. You could slide it back and forth.
Yeah. I thought that was called like Arkanoid or something.
There might have been another version of it.
Yeah,
there was a lot of like knockoff.
Yeah. This motherfucker said Pong. You better take your ass back to the AARP with Pong.
I played Pong.
Shout out Pong.
Yeah, shout out to Pong. Okay, so I on the 2600, I had a game called Wizards and Warriors. Y'all remember that one?
Nope.
Yeah.
Wizards and Warriors.
Yeah, Wizards and Warriors. Wizards and Warriors. I had that. I had Pong. I had Pitfall, which was a dope game at the time.
Favorite.
And I also had Pole Position. Yeah,
Pole Position.
I didn't have Pitfall 2. Pitfall 2 came out in 5200. And I had
Jeff Frogger.
Pole Position. Yeah, and I had Frogger. Yep, I had Frogger.
What about was it Space Command? Commander?
Space Invaders.
No. The one where you got to shoot
Missile
the
Command?
Missile Command.
Missile Command. Yeah, I didn't have that one. A buddy of mine had that one. But yeah, that was a cool game too. But yeah, man, those games, you know, that definitely kept us in the house and out of trouble after a while. So, you know, but we still went outside. That's the thing, because you know we had game time, and then you know mom kicked us out the house. She was like, "No, y'all go outside and get some fresh air, get off that game." And you know, but that all the going outside shit went away when the Nintendo came out. Nintendo came out, man. We was never going outside.
That ruined us, didn't it?
It sure did, man. That was the console that kept the kids in the house, the Nintendo system. Because we had Rob. Now, see, here's the thing. The Rob that we had, that shit never worked. It never worked. All of it was, it just sat in front of the TV and did absolutely nothing. That Rob literally just watched us play video games. It did not participate at all. Because it's supposed to be interactive with the game.
Yeah.
And it would take the gyros and put it on certain things and press buttons on the controller.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just like, you know, it didn't pick up anything. Now, I don't know if it had to do with the fact that we had, with the TV that we had it on was a black and white TV. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or whatever, but, you know, that was a TV that we were told to play the Nintendo on, and we couldn't put it on the color TV because it was going to mess up all the colors on the TV. You know,
what?
Did your parents ever give you the dumbest reasons why you couldn't put?
They lied to your ass, dude.
No, my dad gave us the dumbest because this was around the time where the projection, also the projection TV started coming out, and he had just got this big projection screen TV, and he was like, "I don't want that game system on there because it's going to mess up all the colors."
That, and they thought it was going to burn the plastic. I remember that was another one. You couldn't turn it on for a amount of time.
It was always an excuse, and I was just like, it was always an excuse to keep us on the freaking tube TVs as to why we couldn't play hook the Nintendo up, which would have been the most awesome game experience ever if we had that opportunity. But guess what? When he wasn't home, we hooked that mug up while he was at work, and then you know we had to remember to make sure that we unhooked it, and then you know so by the time he got home, he didn't even know we was playing on this big screen TV, so he can come home and watch the game. Yeah, messing up the colors. That was some bullshit. Like, you know what?
You got lied to, my friend.
I'm going down that road. I'm sorry. You know, I love my dad dearly, but he was on that bullshit for real. He was on that bullshit for real. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get off this podcast. Tell him he was full of shit. Anyway, so, but
trigger Derek's
PTSD here. But yeah, man, he was on that shit. But yeah, man, that Rob never worked for me. It never worked in our house. It was just like it just sat around, just literally just did nothing. You paid for that extra, because the entertainment system. He paid for the entertainment system that came with that ride. He could have got the other one that didn't come with ride and paid $50 less because that ride never worked. So it was like, okay, well, whatever.
It worked, but
Now
only
it's
for those
like-
2 damn games that nobody ever wanted to play. I can't remember what that second one's bothering me. It was Gyromite, and then one of them was with Mario. Like you had to move Mario around or some nonsense.
Use the Googles.
Man.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Because that system came with Gyromite, Super Mario, and Duck Hunt. Because it came with the gun too.
Yeah, my game on Genesis was the first Mortal Kombat and the X-Men arcade game when they put it on there. Like I love those 2 games, and I remember because Jordan his mom had bought him the 6-button Genesis controller that was like stupid brand new and expensive at the time, and it completely changed Mortal Kombat, because before then you had to push like the start button or select button to switch between punches and kicks, and it was a giant pain in the dick with just those 3 buttons. And so that was fun to be able to do that finally.
Who had track and field and had the pad?
Of course,
the pad, the interactive pad.
But did you play it correctly by kneeling on the ground and using your hands to slap it? Really
You
fast?
cheating?
Yeah.
You was cheating.
I had the world record long jump. Dude, I was slapping the fuck out of it and just
that pad was meant for you to do exercise. And then
well, we all see how that worked out.
Out of shape, fool. So they're supposed to do is supposed to put you in.
That's an early life hack.
Rounds of shit. Do not judge me.
Y'all ain't even cheating in exercise. Oh my god.
Hey, look, Jedi agree with you. You wrong, Derek. You wrong, man. Jedi
I never had that. I never had that pad.
I had the pad. I could never beat the last guy in the hurdles. He always got me, that son of a bitch. What was his name? Cheetah?
Man.
Yeah,
fuck Cheetah.
Some nonsense like that.
Fucking Cheetah. Fuck that guy.
All right, so what was your
first you using your hands? Are you using your hands? You should.
No, I was no. I was doing legit.
Dude,
legit.
I lived in an apartment. You couldn't stomp on the floor like that. You'd get people bitching at you from downstairs and stuff like that. So you had to figure out a way to play the game. So you cheat your ass through that shit.
That wouldn't make noise either.
Not the same as you stomping on the ground
around.
Because all you got to do is pad. You didn't have to like kick the floor. Yeah. It's not the same. So Wolfie, what was your first? We heard everybody else's, but I didn't hear yours.
Oh God, well, like most, Atari 2600. Shout out to Pitfall. Played that game for hours.
Yep.
God, what else do we have on that? Frogger. I think we had a game called Pigs in Space. That was a Muppet game.
Mm-hmm.
E.T. We had the E.T. game. That was dumb. Oh God, that game was stupid.
There's thousands of copies in a dump somewhere.
Right? I think I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
They built it they dug it out of the ground or something.
Yeah, some crap like that.
But no, we had that for a while. Then we moved up to the NES. That was a Christmas present for my grandmother. That was the triple that came with the Mario Brothers, the Duck Hunt, and the Power Pad. I didn't cheat all the time, but I did. I did sometimes when I was feeling lazy. One of my favorite games on the NES was and I got a memory about this one was remember Mario Brothers 3. I remember that was coming out. I was super hyped for that game when he turned into a raccoon, around, and all that stuff, man. That was the first game that I saved my allowance for and bought myself. We're going back to Toys R Us. Shout out to the old days.
Yeah.
They used to have that giant wall where you pull the slip off the door.
Paper tags.
Yeah, paper tags, and it wasn't there, so you had to put it on layaway. I remember getting that Clay would call you when their game was in. I was so excited.
You know why they came out with that paper tag system?
Why did they come up with that paper tag system?
Because when they were first coming out with the video games, they used to just put them on the shelf out, for you to pick up, take to the register. And this is before they came out with the clamshell, the anti-theft clamshells. They come through the thing. But you used to steal them joints. Three kids that come in the stairs and all them where we were selling video games at the time. They just pick them up off the shelf and you just stick them down. They didn't have anti-theft things in them back in the day. So, man, screw y'all. I didn't live in the suburbs like y'all did. I mean, I'm from the hood, so that's what we did. So, anybody that can,
Are you
identify
confessing the
with that,
crimes 40 years later? Don't do that.
Hey man,
You don't know
I'm
who's
50
watching.
years old now.
Statute of limitations, bro. You better know your numbers.
Yeah, look. Statute of limitations don't reach me now, especially when them stores are closed down at this point. Nah, man, fuck you. I got that money.
FBI's kicking the door down to your house right now.
I just want to
Yeah.
apologize to Joe S here about the title of the show, but I'm going to tell him it's because we couldn't remember the full story, and I wanted to be able to tell it right. Oh, and we were supposed to name the show "I'm Leaking from All My Holes,"
What the fuck? Who said that?
and that's all I'm going to say.
Joe doesn't get a vote.
Tune in next time for the story behind that.
Yeah,
That's a teaser.
That development happened at NJCC, didn't it?
Should have just been. Do you
That
even
whole
old
creation came
should have been. Do you even old school game, bro? Take shots at the out the box people.
Oh man.
Man.
But no, I was
But yeah, that's what we did back in the day, man. That's how we got some of our games when I moved to Maryland from DC. There's this dude named that I grew up with. I'm not gonna say his name, but he would literally go down to Zare's every during the middle of the week every week, and just come home with brand new games for us to play. I'm like, and we thought he had money, but he was a fucking thief. So that's how he flexed them shit.
Little did we know.
Right. So yeah, man, that's how we played our games back then, man. Because we used to get there was a game. It was Japanese. I can't remember the name of the game, but it was a fighting game. But yeah, it was one of them games we used to play. Oh, y'all remember Rygar?
Yeah.
Rygar. Yeah, that's one where he shot
Rygar.
No.
Yeah. That used to be my joint right there, man. I could play Rygar for Rygar, Blaster Master, man, and what's the other one? What was the other one? Rygar, Blaster Master. Can't remember the other. I can't remember. I can't remember how it went, but man, I used to play the games for hours. Yeah, Kid Icarus was cool too. Yeah, Kid Icarus was cool. Yeah.
What was the worst game, hardest game that made you guys just throw the controller against the wall?
Back to the Future.
Good one.
Any system ever?
Just anything. Yeah. What's the worst game?
The only game. Okay, so years back when I was younger, and my roommate and we had the Game Pass thing at Blockbuster. Remember, you'd pay like $20 a month.
Yeah,
you get one game.
R.I.P.
You keep it for as long as you want. You come and trade it for the next one. Yada yada yada. Well, we went through the Blockbuster out here and beat like every game they had on like the PS2 that was out at the time. That was like the new system. We beat like every game except for one, Predator Concrete Jungle. That is the only modern game that I've started playing that I just quit because it was impossible to control. Because like if you wanted to shoot like his laser cannon, you had to hold L2 while slightly tapping the triangle while pushing your directional button up and holding your analog stick down at the same time. And all that was just to shoot it straight forward. Like it was fucking ridiculous.
Speaking of the controls, Mass Effect Andromeda, that's a terrible game as is. It's just story-wise, I mean. But at one point there was a patch for that game, and it broke the control scheme so that both, like if you have two thumbsticks, the movement for both sticks was on one stick and the other one did nothing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you're trying to move it, your guys move, you're spinning in circles. Like, what the fuck is this shit? But it was only for driving the car, and that's what you did like 80% of the time, like to get place to place. So like, this is fucking stupid. I deleted the game and I lost all interest. Like I already didn't like playing it. It was terrible.
But EE did touch on one of the hardest games, old school games, was that Friday the 13th. Because when you had to find Jason, you had to spend all that time walking around trying to find him, and he'd pop out of nowhere and just look at you, and you'd drop dead, and you'd have to restart the whole thing.
Right.
That and I'm going to tell you, I own the other two other ones that I would say are up there. Roger Rabbit, because there's no starting point. They just literally drop you in the middle of the movie studio, and you just have to kind of figure out where the fuck you're going from there. They don't tell you anything.
And it took
That
forever
one-
to beat the final guy too.
That one in Dick Tracy. There's only
I hated Dick Tracy.
There's only 4 or 5 levels in the whole entire game of Dick Tracy. That's it. There's only 4 or 5 levels, but they give you like
that game.
3 lives. You have no gun like at all until you find one, and then you only get 3 shots with that damn thing. So you'd have to run up and try to punch. You'd have to try to jump over the bullet to the guy and try to punch him, and they'd shoot you once. You die. You restart all the way back to the beginning. You didn't come back right there. You start back at the beginning. If you're on level 3 and you died, they start you back at level 1. They gave you passcodes. They gave you codes you're supposed to put on the. It was like a safe, like an old school looking safe, and you had to get the codes and you'd put them in, and it would jump you back to the beginning of that level. But there's only like 4 or 5, and it took me forever to beat that shit. Like forever. Like it's a hard game.
What about the original Ninja Turtles game on the NES? I heard people talk.
The seaweed ain't as bad as everybody talks about. It's the controls on it make it hard. But if you go in there with all 4 turtles, you'll make it through that seaweed part just fine. You just won't have any turtles left by the time you get out.
Is that the only part people were complaining about?
Yeah, it's swimming through the seaweed because you have to rush to get to the bombs. There's like set bombs.
Yeah, you have like 2 minutes, right?
And you got to get them all done in a certain amount of time. But it's the seaweed fries you and it makes you stop and get shocked and shit. So I mean, it's a pain in the ass. It's definitely the hardest part of that game, but it ain't the hardest game ever. I have that one there too. My boys and I have beat that one.
I remember a game called Bayou Billy that made me just want to throw the.
I heard that game before.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it. I just remember he obviously some guy named Billy in the swamps.
Obviously.
That's all I really remember. I just remember playing it briefly at my friend's house, but like I think I lasted like five seconds. I could not. I hated that game. That was probably one of the worst games ever.
There's a guy named Billy in the bayous. And fuck all them Williams from Louisiana. I ain't got time for that shit.
The issue with Battletoads is if you were playing with other people, you just beat each other. So that made it harder.
One of the ones that I didn't like is like I know there's a phrase for it, and Gort, feel free to correct me on it. But like when you're playing like 2-player on it, if this person gets to the edge of the screen, they start pulling it, and you have to be caught up to them, or you can end up falling into a hole or something like that. They'll drag you right off a ledge.
Not sure what you call it, but I know what you mean.
There's
Double Dragon.
Kind of like it's a lot of like platformer games are like that when you try to put in 2 players, and if that person can't keep up with you, if you're the guy in the lead and they're slow, and you go to make a big jump, you can just hit that wall and just fall straight into the hole too. It'll mess you up over there. So I can't. There was a phrase for that. I remember when we were younger. I did games like that used to make me mad.
Scrolling action or something.
Side scrolling. It does
side scrolling
move.
But he's talking about how you get stuck off the screen.
Oh, I don't remember playing games like that.
Yeah,
it's not a lot of titles.
If anyone knows, feel free to tell us.
And you get a lot of them now too. Like the boys are playing. I just got them like the Rayman Legends thing.
Shaq Fu
was rough, dude. That game was fucking rough. On the Switch, and they've been playing it, and you can play multiplayer, like have 3-4 people going, and it's kind of the same thing. If one person gets ahead, everybody else slow, stops the progression.
Ridge Racer.
So say we're here and there's a gap here, and I'm going to go jump, and you decide to go backwards, you'll pull the screen enough over that I can't make the jump. I'll just fall straight down the hole and die. And I hate that shit. I hate it.
That's a dick move.
Yeah. They wouldn't be doing it on purpose. They'll be off trying to, catch some bug or something, but they're not paying attention to what you're doing, and you end up dying. That type of shit is the shit I hate.
4-inch black and white TV? Yeah. Neighbor, what century are you living in?
Dude, I had a PlayStation 1 that had a TV attachment that would go to the back of it. And it was just like a little tiny TV, so you could take it in your car. You plugged it into the ashtray.
Is he talking like a portable TV, like from the way old days?
Oh, yeah.
Tiny ass screens?
Probably.
I didn't know you had
games about that, yeah.
As long as they had the red, white, and yellow jacks.
I got that TV because it was the portable TVs, because it also had a cassette player as well. And I had that.
Nobody know about 8 tracks, Derek.
I didn't say 8 tracks. They're regular tape. Anyway, I got that as my 6th grade graduation gift. I got that TV for my graduation gift, and that was cool. That's when when you went from elementary school to junior high school. 6th grade was the cutoff for elementary school, and you go into going to junior high school. I got that.
Derek said he
I'm going back to these comments.
He said
It
he had
says
a
Derek's
TV
so
with
old that he was part of the group that created Hops. Fuck you.
Derek said he had a TV with a built-in reel-to-reel player in it.
No, it had tape. It had a tape player, a cassette tape player in it.
Jesus.
You could actually record. Like I used to record. No bullshit. I used to on audio tape. I used to record anytime A-Team came on TV. I used to record A-Team on cassette tape.
Nice. Hey,
Dopest
Jedi,
shit
to answer
ever.
your question, yes, but only with cheat codes. I've never beaten
Ninja
Ninja
Gaiden.
Gaiden clean. I've never beaten.
Oh
it
yeah,
clean.
yeah.
That was a
Nah,
good game.
use-
That was a good
You
game.
have to use the Game Genie. Like it's that is another one of those just next to impossible games.
mhm,
Like
mhm.
definitely. I'll admit it freely on the interwebs. I beat it, but not only by cheating.
Yeah. Yep, the portable TVs ran on D-cell batteries. Yep, sure did. And they will give you because
And it had the little rabbit ear. It had the collapsible rabbit
yeah,
ear.
the rabbit ears. But for the batteries, they give you them slip covers, the plastic slip covers to put the batteries in. So when you put them in all at once, and if the battery leaks, it won't come outside because the slip covers are catching the back. Yeah, it was.
We give you
was
you
crazy.
shit about being old, but we old too, man. We right there with it. Man, you see all this salt in my
No, you
pepper,
are.
man. You
Speak
ain't that
speak for
bad.
yourself.
I'm just the one that
You're
catches
dressed
it. And
literally.
I'm good with it.
You're dressed like Mr. Howell from fucking Gilligan's Island. You old as fuck too, man. Don't fuck with me.
Smash
Did
it.
you-
Did you
Smash
already
it.
have that stuff?
Yeah. Tell Ginger I said, "Hey, girl."
This came in the mail a couple days ago.
Okay.
The fact that you ordered that for this makes me love you so much more. Wolfie.
Yep.
So
I'm
much
still
more.
What I
cracking
do
up
for
at
this
that.
show.
That's it.
Yeah, right.
Appreciate this.
Somebody had mentioned that we were talking about Double Dragon earlier. Double Dragon was one that kept you on the couch for hours. You know, didn't do that game too with a buddy of yours.
Mhm.
Y'all just go through it at the same time, man. Dude, the
I was
big
never a
dude
fan.
with the fucked up forehead. The big brawny dude with the fucked up forehead that you gotta basically gang up on the beat and whatnot. Man, that dude was terrible.
I didn't have the patience for
speaking-
those games. Like just
The
kept
side
beating the
scrolling
guys
beat 'em
up.
ups.
They're falling
Yeah.
down. Yeah, they kept
Yeah.
getting up. Like, oh, just let me move on.
I started liking Sega more when it came out with Sega CD because I got both generations Sega CD games. I got the Sega CD systems. I had the one where if you had the original Sega game and you
Master
attach
System,
it,
yeah. Mhm.
the master, no, not the Master System, Sega Genesis that you had to attach to the CD system.
Yeah, like
It was
setting
that
that little
big
part next to it. Yep. I
right.
remember.
You slide it into it. You slide the game system into the CD system, the CD drive thing. I had that Sega CD system, and I had the Sega CD system that was the
Standalone.
portable one, and you put the cartridge in the back of it and your CD in the front. I had both of them. But yeah, man, I liked playing Sewer Shark. That's what it was. Sewer Shark on Sega CD. Man, that game was dope. That was one of my first games that I got. And no, it came with the Sega CD system. Because I
remember
bought that, and it was a Spider-Man game I bought, and a Batman joint that I bought with it.
I remember on the Jaguar that I had, I played AVP. That was like the one everybody was super excited about it because it was the first time you could choose literally between the aliens, the Marines, and the Predator. You could play as those, and then I don't know if anybody even remembers this, the Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero game, where it was like the side-scrolling beat 'em up Sub-Zero story. First of all, go fuck yourself, Court. That game is not that bad. I still enjoy it. I have it for if you go back and look at my pictures, you look at the N64, you'll see one that says Sub-Zero.
I saw it there in place of Turok 2.
But the N64 version is way worse because of the controller. I liked it on the Jaguar, and then one of the other systems, I think the first PlayStation also had it on there. Better controllers. But yeah, I remember playing those on the Jaguar for hours. The AVP, crawling around as an alien in the air conditioning ducts was fun as hell.
Yo, Jay-Z up at the top. He says, "Why is
you guys are ridiculous, man." That game was not great, and I agree with you that the game in and of itself was garbage. But to get to all those cutscenes where they introduced Quan Chi and Shinnok and all that, those things were cool. That shit. Fuck you, Gort. Fuck you, Gort. Go watch episode 9. Don't come at me about Mortal Kombat.
No. But look, as far as Mortal Kombat goes, outside of the actual fighting games, I think the only one that was good was Shaolin Monks. That one was good. If you're gonna do story, that's how you do it. Not that bullshit Sub-Zero.
You're full of
Shaolin
shit.
monks.
Deadly Alliance was the worst of them all with the outside the main fighting game. I didn't like Deadly Alliance. I agree with you on that Shaolin Monks one. That one was a good game.
I would like to have seen another title like that. That was fun.
Yeah. What was the other one? They had another one too, didn't they?
Not sure.
I thought they had a
Not
third
like
one.
that, I remember.
No, there wasn't like a third runaround one where it had like the open world side stories and stuff.
I'm not gonna say no, but I don't recall one.
Like there was Deadly Alliance, there was the Shaolin Monks. I thought there was another one. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So the Sub-Zero game wasn't as bad as Gort's face made it look out to be. It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't great. It's not great. I'm not arguing that it's great. It's just not as bad.
If you have a Nintendo 64, do not pick that game up.
Yeah, I would not play it on the 64 at all. It is trash. That's why it's in the back, hiding behind Torok, because it's not great on the 64. No, don't. I would never do that.
One final Sega CD game, Tomcat Alley. Tomcat Alley. That's a. It played like it's a F-14 game, a fighter game, and it's totally interactive. It actually almost played like what's that movie? What's the movie with Tom Cruise?
Top Gun.
Top Gun. It almost played like Top Gun. And the story was kind of similar. You know, the amazing thing about the Sega CD games, it was like watching a movie. Yeah, it was like watching, because all the cinematics that they had, cinematic scenes that they had in it, and you know, it's totally interactive and all that. That was the amazing thing about playing on Sega CD, which wasn't my favorite system. I'm not talking about those games a lot, but it wasn't my favorite system. My favorite system,
that one, the one Jedi I just mentioned, that has some of the worst flight mechanics ever in a game.
It's not good.
Yeah, total trash.
What about the NES version? That one was weird.
The Superman 64.
Oh yeah, Super Nintendo Killer Instinct was it was dope. Wasn't as dope as the actual arcade one, but it was really close. It was really
Which
close.
one? I don't remember the NES Superman. I had the SNES one with the Death and Return of Superman. I had
you don't remember the NES version of Superman? That's an old. You gotta look that up.
No, I have to check that one out.
That was a weird one too.
Man. But you know, we talked about Genesis earlier, and I have one that I didn't mention, and I bet Gort played it, and I bet all of y'all might have played it or heard of it, but I think Wolfie would love it if he's never played it. Booger Man. Do y'all remember this fucking game on fucking Genesis?
I do not.
I don't know that one.
The name,
what?
Tell me all about it.
Dude, it's like this goofy plumber, and like is the secret identity, and like he turns into a superhero, and he's like disgusting, like flicks boogers out to kill things, and he farts to fly. It's called Booger Man. Booger Man. It was on Genesis. And
wow,
I was sure that it was like
up.
right around the same
Booger
time.
Man and Earthworm
Jim. Look,
I remember Earthworm Jim.
What's up.
I remember Earthworm Jim. Yeah,
they were right out at the same time. They had kind of the same kind of graphic style. Like, yes, Booger. Like he used to yell that every time he fly. Look, they know what's up. See, I like you, Chat Squad. Y'all know what the hell's up over there. Thank you.
Now, one game system that nobody mentioned.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yep. That game.
Here's one game system that none of y'all mentioned yet.
I wish I would have played this.
The TurboGrafx system. TurboGrafx 16.
That's because the only good game on that was Bonk. Everything else was trash.
Yeah.
I had a TurboGrafx Train, like the handheld version that they had for that system. The Train. That's what I had. I didn't have the actual main system in and of itself. My friend had that. And Bonk was the only really good game on there. That Bonk's Adventures.
Yeah. Now, does anybody remember? We already mentioned ColecoVision, but does anybody remember the Odyssey game system?
Vaguely.
Wasn't Odyssey just like the knockoff of the Atari? Like you could put the Atari games cartridges into it?
No, you couldn't put Atari cartridges in it. It was basically a game system you hooked up to your TV, and it was all the games are already built into the system.
Saved into it. All right.
Yeah. So
Coleco, the one that had the controller, was like a knob, and then it had like the 9, like the phone pad, and you just put the different skins on it for the different games. That I remember that.
Sure was. Yeah, sure was. That's where I first played. Because oddly enough, Centipede came out around that time, and it came out on both Atari and the Coleco, Coleco, the Coleco system. There's another system we haven't mentioned, the Commodore 64.
We mentioned that.
No, it came up.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You
did?
brought it
Okay.
up because I said something about Commander Keen right after you mentioned Commodore 64.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
great,
yeah.
man. Like some of these comments in the chat squad, like I'm digging it. Like they've really been feeling this vibe. Like dude, we were worried about making it a full show out of this, dude, and I feel
Can
like
someone highlight
Joe
Joe S's last comment?
Yeah,
where you could purchase the
Good
game
old
and you
days.
got the whole game and no bugs or updates.
Yes.
No day one
Right.
patches. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old days.
I miss those days.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
like some of the bullshit that we mentioned, would they patch that? Like swimming through the seaweed and turtles, that kind of stuff.
If they
You know
if
what
it
I
was
mean?
made
Like,
nowadays, they
that's what
absolutely
they
would have
would
done
fix.
something.
If
to
they
that.
could, they would. Yeah.
Yeah, they absolutely would. They would have powered down the seaweed or something to get you through there. Yeah.
Well, just make it so that because there's like the one nook where you're like guaranteed to touch it. Like you
Yeah.
gotta fuck yourself.
That's another game system we haven't mentioned. Neo Geo.
Didn't have
The
that.
arcade systems, because that arcade system, if you had a Neo Geo at a Neo Geo system, the mini system at home, those cartridges, those cards that you had, you can actually take them to the actual arcade. It's got all your save stuff on it, and you can play the same games on it. You put your card in. It had a slot for it.
Mhm.
Put the card in, and then but you're still gonna put a quarter in. I was just like, yo, just play it at home. What you doing? Taking the card and bringing it home and bringing it to an arcade, just to slide it in and have to put a quarter in. Well, Neo Geo games were 50 cents. They were never a quarter. They were 50 cents. They were always 50 cents. So you put 2 quarters in and you're playing a game. Just finish playing at home. What you coming here for? Yeah. No, but when you got money, because I only seen like the suburb kids, have the Neo Geo stuff, because Neo Geo wasn't really popping like commercially and whatnot. You had to really just find out about Neo Geo. So
Brink, are you talking about King of Monsters, the game on the Neo Geo? King of Monsters? I think that's King of Monsters.
yeah,
Like
it had to be King of Monsters.
Rampage.
Rampage, yeah.
No, Rampage was the
Rampage
giant
was good.
monkey knocking down buildings and stuff.
Well, it wasn't just monkeys, like
That was
wolves.
the same
And,
thing.
It was a monkey, a wolf, and
I
like
pulled
one
up
other thing.
Jedi Mindset's comment there about the manuals. I had
Yeah.
in a bag at NJCC, I had a bunch of N64 booklets that I sold. And that was
Still?
like
Oh,
last-
just now this last time?
Yeah.
Oh, but you better not have
Manuals.
it. You better not have had any of
Yeah,
the ones.
so
that
I sold
knew.
those. I sold GameCube peripherals, but I still have games and things that I would still play. But probably that's gonna go next time.
yeah. Manual. Shout out to
Ricky, your
Nintendo
mama
Power.
says check your
I already
PMS.
did. I already did.
You're having episodes.
No, he sent me pictures of his game systems in his house.
All right.
Oh, he meant your DM. He says PMS, like
No,
pre-missed.
he's saying PMs, like private messages. I knew what you meant.
All right.
DMs. DMs.
No, that's
Okay, I
direct
must be-
messaging, and that's on Instagram.
All right.
All right, guys.
Oh,
I think we're coming up on about 2 hours. I think we're gonna wrap up here.
You remember that
Thank you,
cute
Will.
story beforehand? Where we're like, "Oh man, we're gonna be done so early tonight, man. I don't think we're gonna make it all." the way
Thanks.
through." Told you.
Thanks.
I knew we could do it. Well, that's what we got Derek, because with 3 of us, we might have struggled. No, I'm just kidding. But no, good talk tonight. Definitely got the nostalgia tingles going on right now. I feel like playing some Mario 3 right now.
Yeah, I feel like going to an arcade for real right now.
All right, but are we doing on broadcast after this? Does anyone know?
EE will let us know in the chat.
EE will let you know. Keep your eyes
EE
on
will
the
figure it
chat.
out.
But before we go, make sure you guys check out our friends on ETR every Monday night, Shelf Gravy and or Figure Banging every other Wednesday, and of course your friends here every other Friday. What are the other shows?
Right out
do
the
you even
box.
transform or right out the
up-
box whenever Dust feels like doing it? And again, we thank everyone for good conversation tonight. Let's go around the yard. Tell everyone where we can find you. Derek, where can we find you this weekend?
Well, when I'm not in Facebook jail, you can find your boy Derek B on your Book of Faces. And you can also find me on Instagram as Derek What B. You can also find me here every other weekend, every other Friday for the Realmhattan Project, and then our pop-up shows. Do you even transform, bro? As he was alluded to earlier, and right out of the box.
Well, let's not forget LATFCon.
And you can catch me here where I'm in lovely LA, where the sun finally came out from that rainstorm we just had.
In a haunted hotel room.
I'm here at the lovely Hotel Marriott in Burbank, where the Wi-Fi absolutely sucks, and I'll be here all weekend for the Transforming Robot Convention.
He's in the Hawks Havens butthole all weekend.
All right.
Yeah, I'm residing in Hawk Haven, y'all. So yeah.
Enjoy that third-party panel tomorrow. Gore, where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm going to be live streaming that one, by the way.
Check out the groups.
Yeah.
You find me here on Friday nights and sometimes in the Hangouts.
Nice.
I'm
Ricky.
very exciting. Ricky.
Same thing as Gort said. Here, sometimes on Facebook, Hangouts, baseball, work.
Yeah.
And now going to play some Contra. You might catch me playing some Contra now because I really want to put that bad boy back in.
Up, down, down.
Man, I wish I could play with you, man. Yo,
come on, man. I got extra
Contra.
controllers. I even got the old school extensions and everything. We can sit all the way across the room from my Nintendo and play them.
Man, dude, the next time I come to Florida, man, that's definitely going to be something we doing, man.
Yep.
I got to sit down and play some Contra. Yeah.
I'm down for it.
And when the next time you come up my way, too. So
I'm ready for it.
Oh, that's right. 7 p.m. Eastern time, folks. Remember, they're doing West Coast time today, so don't tune in at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Panel, 7 o'clock.
Oh, no, well, I'm going to be live streaming in the Realm group, so I'll send out a post letting y'all know I'm getting ready. I'm getting set up and all that. I'm gonna try to get a front row seat like I always do, and
Oh my God.
we're gonna live stream that. Hopefully, it won't be anything disappointing as the last two were, but we'll
And
see.
the fox says,
Yeah, but that fox will never be as loud as that cow.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
All right. And also, you can find me, Eric Von Wolfenstein, on all your social media needs, perhaps coming to a town near you soon and here every other Friday. And on that note, gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Chat Squad, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time, guys. Have fun.
You can also find him on the forward deck doing shuffleboard.
Right.
That's a captain joke.
Swabbing your mom's poop.
Say it with me now.
Round.